Tippy time, my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. The Brave arsenal is complete, so I wanted to take a look back at it as we've only got a few weeks left to collect our goldies, and we've got some classics retuned and returned with some roles that have been a little bit slept on. If there is a role that I didn't mention, feel free to hit us up in the comments down below. The Forbearance has been one of the most dominant breach load GLs for many a year now, and most of you probably already have the original. If you don't, Demo will replace Ambitious Spine in the left. For me though, I'm a little less interested in Chain Reaction as it's getting that 15% Radiant nerf and a 20% Lethality nerf. I want Wellspring. This gives us ability energy, it's 8% divided between our non-charged abilities. If that's just your grenade, all of that goes to your grenade. If it's enhanced, that's 9%. Paired with Demolitionist, giving us 10%, 11% if it's enhanced, and the Andromeda perk giving us another 5% on our light subclasses. That's 25% of our grenade energy per kill, and that's with a wave frame. Get 4 kills, that's a free grenade. I'll be utilizing this on my Void Lock as Devour gives us an additional 15% grenade energy on kills. That's 3 kills for a full charge. The Blast Furnace for me has 2 S-tier combos. PvE, this is an absolute monster. Kinetic Tremors unleashes an AoE effect on 3 bursts, doing 35k bonus damage. We want to target that largest enemy in that assault first to trigger this damage. This Tremor easily damages multiple targets at once, so we can stack up one for all constantly. This 35% damage bonus is available to us for 10 seconds. And most importantly, this also affects our kinetic tremor buff, pushing it up to 47,000. This is a major damage loop that doesn't require a kill to activate, making it extremely potent in in-game activities whilst you're under light. In PvP, because this is a stat monster beating out every other 4 burst pulse rifle that came before it, we can address its 2 weak spots, its handling and its recoil. You want, nay need Arrowhead. You also want, nay need Counterbalance mod. As at base, at 65 it's okay, but 75, 80, 90, 95 recoil is just yucky. Arrowhead will also give us that 10 handling. With Rapid Hit we've got our stability and reload sorted, and with Head Seeker this is going to secure us those 2 burst kills. Zen Kill Clip also works quite nice too. This is a 0.67 TTK, with Head Seeker it's a 0.73. It just comes down to your playstyle. I like consistency over potential. The Recluse just isn't what it was. The rework to Master of Arms is just weak sauce. I'm really missing that bonus to the reload. You're going to have to run Flared Magwell and then try and push up your stability and range as best you can. Small ball will do both. I always like to use the right weapon for the right subclass. The Mini Miter works with Solar, we go Incandescent. Icalis does Volt Shot, we run it with our Arc. And the Recluse is going to be utilizing Repulsor Brace, so we tie it together with Void. This is going to give us those saucy overshields whenever we kill a Void debuff target. At first I thought the stabilizing rounds would be the way to go, but it was a lot better to full send with the Void subclass using Echo of Instability to make those volatile rounds from our grenade kill. With the Dominability trait and Devour, this nets us 20% grenade energy off a kill. We can then use this paired with Desperate Measures to stack up our weapon damage to 30%. If you're still finding the reload a little bit slow, you can swap it out for Frenzy, but I did find Desperate Measured killed really fast and thus was the best. Increase Dynamic with Target Lock was nice, but I still didn't like that reload. And this thing goes through bullets like TP at a Taco Bell. So I've opted for Threat Detector and tap the trigger to offer us control and grant us the handling and reload required. The Edge Transit has gone from meme to might, even edging out the Cataphract with many great combos. For DPS, Spike is still the ideal option, or augmented for those larger mag dumps. With MBS I've got 12 per mag. This paired beautifully with bait and switch. Despite its nerf to 30%, it's still clearly the best DPS option. And with the bonus reserves we can now easily compete with rocket launchers. For smaller damage windows like Planetarium, Cascade Point with bait and switch is mega. Or if you were say pairing it with a Cloud Strike or Izanagi, this is also great. For me though, the Transit's real uniqueness comes from the perk Deconstruct. This does two things. Firstly, it reloads back ammo based on hits. If I pair it with sticky grenades, it counts for more additional hits. So I can spend all 24 rounds with only one reload. If pairing it with MBS Assassin, this won't do so until you hit the standard 6 in the mag. It's perfect for those large yellow bars and bosses that just eat damage. And Deconstruct has been reworked, so now Brigs are counted as a vehicle, so now they take 40% more damage. The ELSIE'S is unequivocally the stat GOAT, even toppling the mighty Messenger with an additional 31 stat points. For recoils, 83 is good, but 100 is GOATed. So I would like Stability Masterwork, Arrowhead Break, and Ricochet rounds. Zen Moment Headseeker is an absolute laser. I would go so far as to say this role here is the star of the Brave arsenal. I know a lot of you guys wash past this in the first week, but I highly recommend you reattune this, you won't be disappointed. If you're a good Falcons hunter, it is also quite nice to run with Repulsor Brace and Kill Clip. This is also going to be a role that I run in PvE next season. It's going to be a nice weapon to use with Prismatic, as I'll be able to maximize overshields through more avenues. I had tried using this with destabilizing. It's nice. It would be better though if it was enhanced. The Succession is strong, and with its original combo with extended mag and reconstruction, with your choice of either Vorpal or firing line, it's still one of the top 2 legendary kinetic snipers. So if you don't have this already, get one. Additionally though, this Brave version has a very unique combo. If you enjoy sniping, it's an absolute must-have. Discord grants us free sniper rounds returned instantly to the mag for 8 seconds after a weapon kill from another source. Snipers damage compared to shotties and fusions is low, as they are low risk. But when we can circumvent the ammo, their stock goes up. With all this free ammo, we can finally make use of redirection. Kill lesser targets to increase our damage against greater targets. This ramps up from 51k per shot to 102,000. This increases by 20% every kill, and we can stack this up to 5, and we can get 4 of these. This turns us into kinda like a legendary Izanagi. The hung jury has been in and out of Destiny's loot pools for some time now, and is about as old as the Sonic is blue. Last time around I missed out on that box breathing, so I was very happy to pick it up this time around. This 180 RPM is capable of that 3 crit kill without kill chaining. We just scope in, hold for a second, then pat, gone burgers. In PvE the only role was kinetic tremors. Scouts don't do tons of damage because you can play like a puss, so this does heaps of chunk damage to yellow bars. Then with Firefly we can cut through those red bar enemies. The Guillotine has been a top 5 sword for a long time, but the Brave edition has the power to surpass in more ways than one. First of all, get yourself a Vorpal Eager's Edge roll for great utility during transitional encounters. This is of course if you don't have the Deer Sword though. If you do, no need, it's the same, just a little bit of a prettier frame. Now technically speaking, double stacking Frenzy and Surrounded will allow this to outdamage the Bequest. But because Bequest has Relentless Strikes, I would still use it in any sword encounter that isn't finished in 20 seconds. Anything under that though, Guillotine wins. That said, I prefer Vorpal Weapon. I know it's only a 10% compared to Frenzy's 15, but with Frenzy this takes 12 seconds of battle to activate. Whilst by itself this isn't hard to prep going into a damage cycle, but it can be paired with that surrounded. Getting both together to work is quite difficult, more so if you're in a fire team. So just taking that 5% less damage but guaranteed damage is the better option in my opinion. Mountaintop, it's alright if you like that type of thing. Don't get me wrong, it's good shooting where you're looking, but if you're any type of GR fan, this isn't an obstacle. So really, it's the recombination perk that makes this stand out. With elemental kills from any source, we are granted a damage stack. This is a 10% damage increase with up to a max of 10 stacks. Its best utility actually isn't for spamming, it's for those who prefer their primary, but when that yellow bar gets a little bit too close, we can just pull this bad boy out and top them off. It's best paired with auto loading, but ambitious or demolitionist would also work well. Ideally you want hard launch, spike and a handling masterwork. I haven't seen any benefit from running that velocity at 100 because of that micro missile, and we don't need a reload masterwork because we're running one of those reload options in the left hand column. The Hammerhead, this should have been S tier, but when pushed the commemoration was just SS tier. It's got absolutely massive reserves with extended mag and reconstruction, killing tally giving us a 30% damage bonus with no time constraints. It's just too hard to surpass. The Hammerhead on the other hand is a mag dumper. One nice combo was Rampage and Onslaught. At max Onslaught stacks, this is taken from a 450 RPM to a 714 RPM. And it gets a plus 35 reload, which you're going to need as it does chew through them. Double damage combos like Rampage and Surrounded are absolutely insane, but I honestly didn't find I liked using an LNG this close. It's more of a ranged weapon in my opinion. So at the end of the day, if I had to pick a role for this, it would actually be rewind rounds and killing tally, by at which point I may as well just stick with my commemoration. The Lunas was one of my favourites. Slideshot with Magnificent Howl can give us those double crit kills with 2 precision stacks. You'll need however to kill 2 Guardians to acquire this, or just reload after 1 kill and you can hit that 1 crit double body. If you're after more of a jeweler for say Trials or Comp, go slide opening shots. My favourite for Crucible however was the heal clip and kill clip combo. It worked the best in 6s for me and I'm a big control nut, and shutting down fast and heal up nice and quick for that next duel. In PvE I found 2 roles you want to look out for. I've got a fat chubby over my heal clip and incandescent role. I'm really looking forward to the day that I can enhance this. Enhanced incandescent is so much better than regular. This is going to be undies on the outside strong. With Discord I really have to reload, and Harmony gives me a 20% damage bonus for the same time period that Discord is active. It's a great combo for shotgunners in particular, but I can imagine it would be great with anything, maybe like a Discord redirection succession. Lastly, we have the Midnight Coup. It's no stat monster like the Fatebringer, it's modelled closer to that of the Rose and the Spare Rations. As long as you're above 50 range, you should be good though. I preferred mine with fluted barrel, accurized rounds, stability masterwork and a counterbalance mod. With both explosive payload and one for all enhanced, we've a 47.5% damage bonus. That's as high as enhanced surrounded, but we can do this at range. With explosive rounds, we can splash 2 or more targets, so it's easy enough to reactivate that perk. Oddly enough though, I wasn't expecting it to be quite so good in the Crucible. In 6s these days, primary battles tend to last a little bit longer. Because of this, perks like One for All can actually be viable. I've really been using it with my Aeons build to maximize my Radiant, and now even the Coup has a 2-tap worthy of the 6s. Hopefully I've helped you make a few decisions with your Brave arsenal. It took me some time to put this vid out, but often what's good on paper isn't always the reality. You need to test, and there was tons of good roles out there, but these are my favourites going forwards. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. If there's anything you felt I might have missed out, make sure to thumb it if you dug it, sub if you're new, and as always, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.